got sales. Got a little AI in there.
Is the end of the world here? Are we going to get taken over like the Terminator?
They don't want to understand it. That's the problem.
The amateur up the street who has a hole in the wall business can produce the same type of things that you could produce. The only thing that makes you different and why we're telling everybody, look, you need to start the sales process before they ever walk in the door. Hey everybody, welcome to the Jennifer Waters podcast. My name is Jennifer Waters and I have my amazing co-host, Tommy Siegler. My dad is here with me today. Are you ready for this?
I've been waiting for this for a while.
Yes, we are back into podcasting, and in today's episode, in particular, we got some topics we're going to be talking about. We got the revolution of AI. I want to know what your thoughts are. I'll share a little bit of my thoughts and how we're using this in our businesses. Importance of sales, that's come up quite a bit with a lot of the clients we've been working with, and just the importance of understanding that. And then how that plays into the dynamics of marketing for your businesses. So I guess we'll start with the one that has everybody baffled. Is the end of the world here? Are we going to get taken over like the Terminator? Like, do you have, I guess I want to know, what are your fears around AI? Do you have any fears? Because there's a lot of in-world things and all that.
No, I don't have any fears towards AI because it's like anything else new. Remember when the internet came about? I do.
Yes, I
remember when we
remember this. I was a child.
We didn't have, there's technology that's been there forever. We didn't have, I don't think we even got telephones in the places where I was living when I was a kid until I don't even remember, because maybe it was because it was maybe junior high or something like that. We had a phone, but never used it that much, because I didn't know anybody to call. So we just didn't use it. Now you got a phone you carry around in your pocket, computer, everything.
So for you, I mean, a lot of people, your generation, are not looking at it that way.
Well, that's true. And it's because of like anything else. Think about back in the day when they came up with the car. Everybody had a horse and buggy, and they're going, this thing ain't going, it's loud, it's in the way, it scares my horses and buggy, get it out of here. Mm-hmm. How many people, the Amish are the only people I know that's still running around in buggies and horses, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I would hope, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, technology moves forward. The Industrial Revolution, everything changed.
Yes, 100%.
So we're going through another change. This is a huge change. And, yeah, a lot of people, I guess, in my age and my generation, probably scared of it because they don't understand it, and they don't want to understand it. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah. I think I've always been like an early adopter of things, like when BlackBerry was the thing, I wanted a BlackBerry.
Yeah,
when the iPhone first came out, I was one of the ones that wanted the iPhone. I wanted the next one and the next one, and all those different things, and just was on the cutting edge of it. And the crazy thing, I just recently read a study where it was talking about AI usage in the world, right, and where we're at. There is a very small percentage of the world's population that's even using AI.
That's crazy.
I mean, you think about it though, but like if you think about developed countries, I would imagine it's more. Yeah. But if you take the whole entire world is not yet using AI. We don't even have the infrastructure to support that because of the power that it would take. But out of the people, I think it was like 35 million users for something like ChatGPT. And I think most people are familiar with ChatGPT. Right. Yeah. You ask it a question, it gives you information. But they're using it more as like a smart Google.
Yeah, that's true. Because when I first started using Chat, it was the same thing. And it's good. It's good for, if anybody's wanting to get into AI, I would say go down that lower level with Chat.
Yeah.
So you could understand how to do the prompts and the small things, because it is a whole lot less complicated, and you can ask it questions. And I still use it for certain things, but since you introduced me to Manus.
Yeah, I think that honestly, I actually would say, if we're talking about in order of learning, like for business, right? And we're talking about for business. Average users, I think, are going to use something like ChatGPT the way that average users use Google. They just look stuff up, right? So for consumers, I think you're going to see a huge shift towards things like ChatGPT or Claude. But for businesses, like businesses that are sleeping on Manus are going to get left behind. In that same study, I think there was only 30 million total users on ChatGPT, which is just a fraction of the whole entire world.
Right.
And then you take the next ones that are using something like Manus, and it's like 8 million people.
Wow.
Are using Manus. And the thing is that, like, if you think about the 3 levels of AI, right? You got level 1, which is ChatGPT. I ask something, it gives me something back. Like, it can't do anything at all, right? The second layer is agentic, which Manus is. Like, it's an agent. You can go and you can literally ask it to build you something.
Yeah, I've already done that, yeah.
And then it's going to, like, you walk away and it builds it.
That's the crazy thing, and how fast it can do it. I put some stuff into it the other day.
You were doing it for curriculum, weren't you?
Yeah, I've done some of that, but it's like anything else. You have to know how to ask the right questions in a conversation to get the answer. Sometimes you have to dig, and you always have to iterate it because it'll give you what you asked for, but sometimes you don't even realize exactly what you're asking for until you see it, and then you go, oh, I should have said this.
Right.
So it's
better.
like, is that really the truth? Yeah. If you're asking a kid, did you do that? Well, I was kind of,
And speaking of truth, actually, I feel like Manus hallucinates a lot less than ChatGPT. I mean, I've logged tons of hours on these platforms so far, and that's just been something that I've noticed as far as the hallucinations seem to be less. Than ChatGPT.
And you can ask it. You can ask Chat to do the same thing, but you can ask Manus, because I did the other day. I said, I want you to be very concise, and I want you to be direct, and without the fluff. I don't need the fluff. I just need the answers. And if it's a wrong question, I need to know. You're not asking me the right question to get that. Can you ask? Can I? It'll always ask you, prompt you back, and say something like, would you like me to do these 3 steps more? And sometimes I go, well, most of the time I go, I never thought of that.
Yeah,
because
it's giving you different angles to think of.
We have a thought process that's not infinite, So especially when you've been hitting the head a minute.
Got a little brain damage stuff going on. So level 1 would be ChatGPT, and a lot of business owners are using it. Like I think right now that's where we're at with our teams and our businesses is we have people that are using ChatGPT, and we've made it one of our initiatives for this quarter to start training on Manus.
Yeah.
I actually have a team member, Dar, she's our assistant, and she has been my guinea pig, so to speak, of how do I train my team to use Manus and to get the best results out of it. And so basically she's been taking tasks that she has that she would have had to have done herself as an assistant, and she's throwing it into Manus. And I just told her, like, throw it into Manus and ask, how would you build it? And I think that's the piece that people are missing is they're afraid that they're going to break it. Like, you can't break it. So just throw it in there and say, hey, how would you build this for me? And that's the difference. If I throw something in a ChatGPT, it's going to tell me how I can build it.
Right, instead of the other way around.
But the other way around, Manus can code anything that you want. Like, I have built, I don't know, at least 10 or 12 things in the last 4 weeks that 7 Figure Dojo, which is, obviously for those of you who are watching and new to this, it's our company that we have that helps schools and academies build wildly profitable schools that run on autopilot. And I've built at least 10 to 12 things on Manus that we're actively using to improve our results for our clients or to improve the overall experience that the client has.
And that's the ultimate thing, is to improve the customer experience along the path of what you're trying to get across to them.
Yeah.
So, why would I use, if I wanted to if I wanted to travel somewhere, I could travel somewhere by walking. Mm-hmm. I would get there eventually, but I could also drive a car, or I could also take a flight. So I'm buying back my time.
Yeah.
And able to do it in other ways. So it's the same thing. Why use the brain power that you don't have, because this thing has 100 million times more brain power than everybody. Mm-hmm. So tap into that, and then you can always iterate. You can always, boil it down. Oh, yeah, I don't really like that. And the other thing that I've learned, it's not really bad for me because I got a bad habit of saying what I think anyway, is you don't have to. It's not like you're asking it to do something and you're going to hurt its feelings. Sometimes you may have a coworker and you have to go, okay, now, depending upon what they're doing or something you're trying to teach on the floor or something like that, and this person is takes criticism bad or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of have to walk around a little bit and be kinder than you normally would. But with this, you can just be yourself without worrying about, well, am I going to make this thing mad?
Yeah.
And it's going to not do anything for me? That's what I like about it. It's just, I don't like that. Can you do it this way? And then boom, and go. Instead of say, hey, could you do me a favor? I'd like for you to change this, that, and the other, because I don't want to do that sometimes. So if I can just say, no, I don't like that, give me another way to do it.
Right. It takes a little bit of the emotional element out of it.
Yeah, that's it. The emotional element. I like that part because it's just easier to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And the third level that I'm not at yet, but when I was going to Australia for the business trip that I was just on, I got to sit next to a really cool guy named Evan, and he is an AI software engineer for a $40 million VC venture capital company, and he's at level 3, and he's going to be implementing some stuff in our school and for our businesses. Level 3 would be you have an agent operator, and basically you just talking to one operator that's an AI. That AI then has 4 or 5 other types of AIs underneath it. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're like, I want you to come up with this business plan, and then I want you to make sure that you read all of the stuff on the SBA on how to get this SBA loan, and then while you're doing that, I also want you to compare all other banks that are around and anything else that I would need to be able to invest into this franchise, for example. Right. You could literally tell that head agent that you want to do that, just like you and I are talking right now.
Yeah,
and then
and that's the other part I like.
Head agent will just.
I like the fact that you just hit that microphone and you just talk to it.
On Manus, yeah.
Yeah, on Manus, you just talk to it. You can do it on chat, but you can do it on Manus, and it makes it so much easier. Because when I first started playing with it, I was typing. I'm like, wait a minute, I can just play with the button, and it doesn't matter if you stop either. Like we're having a conversation, and maybe I change it. I say, and when you, by the way, I want you to work on this also. It doesn't lose the concept of what you're talking about. It can pick it up and it can break it apart, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. I think that getting to that next level. We'll get there. We'll eventually, at that level. I think right now, this level that we're at right now with just building all this stuff that we're building, I've got some really crazy stuff that I'm building that I'm going to be releasing to our industry. And
she haven't even told me about this stuff yet.
I have told you. You just keep going, getting them blended with the other things, because I already told you I have like 12 different things. You're like, whoa, isn't that supposed to do that? Yes, it all blends together. So
I want to create me a brain.
Well, I'm going to go into Manus, and I'm actually going to create a page that goes to all the open projects that I have. That way, I just haven't done that yet, and I'm going to do that, and then I'll be able to share that page with other people like you.
That way I can go catch up.
And then you can be like, oh, well, what does this do? Oh, it does this. And then, you can, so that's next step, but I've been so busy building stuff that haven't gone that far yet. This is revolutionizing marketing, though. And
well, yeah, I can see why. We've talked about that a little bit. Yeah,
it's huge. We recently have been able to analyze all of our data, and that's giving us better insights into what we should be doing for marketing. Like, we're creating all these videos every day now, like for our martial arts schools.
Right.
We have our school operators. You and I are doing this.
Well, I have to catch up.
Yeah, you're working on it.
I'm getting there, but I have to catch up.
Yeah. So we set out this initiative for every single person that is, like influential in our company to record 2 Instagram videos a day. And then we created a hub with Manus where Manus pulls in all of the videos so we can see which videos outperform the other videos, and then we can create similar videos to that as well.
Yeah, some of those videos I can understand it already there because I understand the concept of us as a team, and none of us hates to lose.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to
outdo and
one up the other one.
Well,
which is great.
Yeah, when I was in Australia, I got to listen to Frank Grief, who he has a startup company. He sold a bunch of companies and done a lot of things, but one of the things that he's done is he's really focused on creating content that would get people to purchase his app. And he has his whole entire team like creating their own social media accounts and focusing on videos. And then what will happen is if they get one video to pop off, like let's say, your style of content pops off, then everybody else on our team is going to go back and they're going to make a video like your video. Mm-hmm. Because your Instagram account has a different follower group than my Instagram account, than, my husband's or our school operator's Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
And so basically you're getting that same message across. I mean, I think the first person to introduce it would be Andrew Tate because he was just clipping himself and having other people clip himself across all these different Instagram accounts. This is a little bit different. You're taking the same theme because the theme is what's going viral, or the theme is what's getting out there. Because obviously we have a really big goal with our franchises and things that we want to get out.
Yeah.
And so we've got to create that presence and that brand across, this whole entire ecosystem. And so we're utilizing Manus to be able to pull in the data, and then I have my content team, our content team, they're going and they're grabbing the top performers out of the ones that we have that we're making, and then they're reposting those same ones on our Stiegler's Karate Instagram. And that's working really well. We're getting more traffic, and then we're taking those videos that go really well, and then we're dumping them into our paid ads ecosystem. Because if it does well in organic, it's going to do great as a paid ad. So
that's complicated.
So we've not been able to, doing all of that manually 4 months ago wasn't possible. Like even though I wanted to do it, it just wasn't possible.
Yeah. Well, just think all the time, literally the time that I took when I was shopping around for what's now our North Augusta location. I spent months looking at different places, getting prices, haggling with the owners and the realtors, and looking, trying to find out all the information. Well, I got on Manus, and it was amazing. I did this on chat while I was looking for that location, but it was shallow, I would say. The information was shallow. Yeah. So I had learned more how to talk to the AI. So when I got on Manus, I started doing some of the same stuff. Mm-hmm. And I haven't even had time to show this to you.
Right.
But I put in there our goal, what we wanted to do, 10 by 2030, all this other stuff, and where we wanted to go, and how we wanted to involve another person, and all this stuff. And this thing came back and told me populations, median incomes, why we needed to do, how we could do this and that and the other, stuff that we'd thought about doing, but we didn't have statistics on it because we didn't have time to dig for it.
Yeah.
And it reassured me on some things that we had let fly by. And we'll get to that eventually going over in our meetings and stuff. But it was very fascinating because, we were wanting schools to go more further out. And it's saying, you could put 2 or 3 more schools in this area here before expanding out into 100 miles away or 60 miles or 40 miles away. and it was interesting. So I'll be very interested in taking that information and iterating it down more, so that we can find out, is it viable to do anything like that?
Yeah.
Because it would be a whole lot easier to have 2 or 3 more schools within like a 30-mile driving radius of where we are here, if we have the population to, make the schools grow like our 2 smaller schools are doing.
Yeah, I mean, with both of those schools, once we launched them, I mean, we opened Grovetown and we already had like 60 students.
Yeah.
And then grew up to 150 in under a year. And then for North Augusta.
May 5th will be a year.
I know, it's crazy. And then for North Augusta, we opened with right around 50 or 60.
Right.
And then it's already past 100. And we opened February. Today is April the 17th.
Yeah.
So the formula that we have for building schools and then immediately getting students in those schools start changing their lives, on that side of the student population, like they're getting great results. Yami, our Grovetown operator, was reading off, a kid that reading off a leadership lesson. It was actually on Instagram, and just about how this kid was having these issues with confidence with his end of school year testing. And how
Don't get me started on that.
No, not today, not the podcast. But that he had used his confidence that he had been learning in martial arts class, and had felt more confident about taking that test.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
And I mean, we weren't able to help that kid before, but now we are, because we're in that location, and we hear stuff, all the time from and it was really cool seeing the text message the other day, like 750 students we have testing.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that, when Miss
crazy,
Cameron,
right?
when Miss Cameron put that on, I said, "What?
Yeah,
750 students.
Yeah,
out of the 3 schools they're testing.
Yeah,
week after next.
Yeah."
And I went, "Holy moly!
Yeah,
that is insane."
I mean, with the 3 schools, I mean, we'll probably be somewhere close to like 900 or 1,000 by the time they're full. With the 3 schools,
I think we'll be probably more than that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll definitely hit 1,000 with 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
now, how do you do that? I think the AI is going to help us a lot. AI is going to help us a lot on that, because when you need more manpower to do things, I mean,
gotta work smarter, not harder.
Right. Just think back to what we used to do. The last night of graduation of testing, we would be at the school till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, prepping everybody's belts and.
No, I'm talking about when it was all said and done, rearranging all the cards. We had 4 or 5 file cabinets where we were keeping all people's stuff.
I'm having flashbacks. Like PTSD is coming back.
Yeah, I mean, and now it's a lot of it's automated. So, and it's even going to get better. Yeah. So.
And when it comes to with business, there's really, I think there's 3 elements to every single business. But in our business, what we're doing is, number 1, we have to get new students.
Right.
And whether if that's 7-figure dojo, we're getting new clients in the door, so it's the same thing. You got to retain them. So you got to have a really good product. You have to make sure that you're servicing what they signed up for, whether that's physical in-person students, like with our martial arts locations, whether that's with our fight gear company, when we send somebody a shipment of stuff, like it needs to actually be good quality stuff and not fall apart.
And it needs to all be there.
And it needs to be there. And then, with 7-figure dojo, we got to service what the clients are actually expecting with getting new students in the door. So that retention element is so important. And then that third element is team and being able to scale a team. So to your part, like there's only so much that one person can do. Now, with AI, it's almost like having an exoskeleton, like being Iron Man now. You as an individual can do a lot more than what you used to be able to do. Or Superman. Yeah.
My cup says, I ain't saying I'm Superman, but you never seen us in the same place
in
at the same room.
Yeah. I think the other thing that I think is important is, in order for you to even get students in your door, or if somebody's, like, we have business people that are watching this, but if you're trying to communicate to someone your value, you have to sell them. on the value, but selling is sometimes.
Are we talking about sales now?
We are.
We're segueing into sales.
We are.
I think, AI at the same time.
Yeah, because they both go together.
Hand in hand, right.
Because, like, if you're trying to sell your value, that's what I was talking about. Back in the day, I was talking to some school owners about this. Back in the day, I remember when people would come to our school, we were not doing so great back then. And part of the reason why is our sales process just was crap. And the sales process used to be, after someone would take a class, they would come up to the desk, we'd ask them 2 questions. One was, did you like it? Which is not a great question. No. And then the second thing is we would say, we'd ask 3. We would go, here's the schedule. Can you make the classes? And then the third one was, do you want to sign up? And that was our sales process.
And it worked.
No, not well.
It worked. It worked like this.
$3,000 a month.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, you know.
We were doing like $3,000 a month. We would sign up maybe 1 or 2 people every other month.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And we had less than 50 students at the time. And with sales, you know, when you're thinking about I tell everybody, you're always selling. Even after someone purchases from you, it's still selling if it's a recurring relationship.
Yeah.
And most of the business owners that are watching this, they have some sort of recurring type thing. But and even if you don't have a recurring thing, you're still selling because they're going to refer other people back to you. So if you have a horrible process that you took them through, they're not going to refer other people back.
No. And that's what a lot of business owners, doesn't matter what business you're in. If you don't get good service from the people in the business, from the live people that you come in contact with, if they're just there to ring you up and let you go and they don't build a rapport with you, then you're not going to feel as comfortable coming back to them, because it's just like going to the self-checkout aisle. You only need somebody. Like I was at Home Depot the other day and I was ringing something up, and I don't know, it always does it to me, and it wouldn't ring up, and then I put my card in and stuff and it wouldn't work, and then a little thing up said, somebody help this dude, he's crazy.
Yeah.
So the lady came over there and she said, all right, honey, I got this, you ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, all you got to do is this, boom, boom, boom. I said, thank you so much, because I was in a hurry.
Yeah. Even with order takers, though, because I think this is a misconception. You know, you have, where did you go? You went to Home Depot or you went to Lowe's?
I went to Home Depot, yeah.
But you were sold to go to Home Depot before you ever went there.
Well, yeah.
Because you had a choice. You could have gone to Lowe's.
Right across the street.
It was literally across the street.
And depending upon what I want.
You'll go to one versus the other.
And there's people in Home Depot who they don't necessarily know me, but I know them. And I know if I see them, they work in certain areas.
Yeah.
Like when I go to buy batteries and stuff for some of my drills and stuff like that, there's this one guy. And he's in there, and I look for him when I go in. And I said, hey, man, what's going on? I need your help. He goes, let's do it. Yeah. You know, he don't say, well, I got to go make keys or something. He goes, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
And he's all over it. So.
Because the thing is that helped us, you know, hit multiple 7 figures with our businesses is we really started focusing on that sales process. And And even if you just have an order taker or you have a checkout, you have to sell this person on your value before they ever get to the point of whipping out their card. Everybody thinks that sales happens once you ask for the price, the sale. It's everything leading up to that.
Yeah.
Now, the crazy thing is that so many people used to rely on how professional their business looked in order to do the sale. So, you know, especially for like martial arts schools, for example, you used to be able to distinguish yourself by being a professional school versus an amateur school by the paint that was on your walls, whether or not your carpet smelled, like if the carpet smelled inside the school after sweaty workouts and all that, or you didn't have carpet and it didn't stink, and then like what your equipment looked like and all that. Now with AI, you know, before you could take pictures of that or you could tell people about it, right? But now with AI, that can all be generated.
Mm-hmm.
So the gap between an amateur and a professional used to be really wide.
Right.
For perception.
Yeah.
It's not now. Because the amateur up the street who has a hole in the wall business can produce the same type of things that you could produce. The only thing that makes you different, and why we're telling everybody, look, you need to start the sales process before they ever walk in the door.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it different is your ability to communicate that value before they even consider whipping out their card. And that's done a lot of times through paid social media. And getting on video, showcasing your school, doing stuff like this. Like when we were at the boardroom retreat back up in the mountains for our inner circle clients, we talked about, what's in the pantry, what's in the fridge, and what's in the freezer.
Right.
The pantry is the stuff that you can just grab really quickly. You can put out there. You can, get some quick hits on. And then you've got the stuff that's in your fridge. It's going to take you a little bit more prep work to do. Mm-hmm. But you could get some really good response. And then you've got the stuff that's in your freezer. You're going to have to set it up. Thaw it out. I mean, I would call this a freezer moment right here. We're sitting on a podcast. This took time to prep. It took money to invest into this room, the cameras, all the different things. But it's going to be great because we're going to keep producing these things. And it's going to build a ton of value for our businesses. And then you've got your own podcast. So...
Whoa, that's going to be scary.
Make sure you subscribe to the Tommy Siegler podcast. It's going to be absolutely epic and incredible. We're going to have some incredible guests. But, yeah, I'm excited. I think this podcast journey is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think it is too. And what are we going to talk about next? Now, we got sales. We got a little AI in there and how AI can, kind of work with the...
I think that next time they're just gonna have to tune back in and see what we're gonna be doing and what we're gonna be talking about on the Jennifer Waters podcast. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.